Hey dart players. So today I wanted to go over 5 things that I think you need to know to attend the ADO National Championships coming up this January in Las Vegas. Let's get right into it. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is that there's actually not one, but 2 national championships back-to-back in Las Vegas. The first national is for the Cricket National Championship, and that's going to be on Thursday, January 18th. Cricket all day long. Fun. The second is on the Friday after the cricket, which is the 501 National Championship. Fun as long as you're hitting your doubles. So, just one plane ticket can get you to 2 national championships. Not to mention the major tournament that follows the nationals, the Las Vegas Open. If you're a dart player, I tell you, it is definitely worth the trip. And if you're not a dart player, it's still worth the trip. It's Vegas. So the second thing to know, there is a dress code for the nationals. What qualifies for a proper dress code? Well, it's really simple. A shirt with a collar, black dress pants, and closed-toed shoes. So let's clarify. No jeans, no t-shirts, tank tops, crop tops, shorts, cut-off shorts, sandals, or flip-flops. And no hats of any kind. This isn't the beach, people. We're playing for a national championship here. You know, let's clean it up a little bit. That's better. Third, who can enter? Well, both of these nationals are open to any ADO member in good standing. What does that mean? Well, it just means that you are up to date on your membership fees and that you haven't recently been suspended for misconduct at a previous ADO event. You probably know who you are. Now, at the past nationals, I just want to mention, they used to stipulate that you had to fall within a certain ADO ranking in order to enter these events. This is no longer the case, okay? So again, as long as you're an ADO member, you can play these events. 4, how do you enter to play? Well, there are several ways to enter these nationals. The first way, which is new this year, so pay attention. You can actually enter the national on the day of the national. So if you're one of those procrastinators, you just can't decide what you want to do until the last minute, you can sign up at the last minute. Be advised, the last minute is 9:30 a.m., so don't be late. In fact, do everyone a favor and be early. Then there's no last minute drama, Nobody needs it. The cost to enter is $200 for each national, and if you're entering the event on the morning of, they will accept cash only, okay? So, just grab your winnings from the blackjack table and you're in. The second way to enter the nationals is to register ahead of time. It's pretty easy, but let's walk through it real quick. Okay, go to the ADO website at adodarts.com, and over on the right, hit this prepay for $170 button. This is going to take you to an option to prepay for the tournament after the nationals, the Las Vegas Open. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to, totally up to you. But there is a drop down and you can just select the option you want from the drop down menu and submit your payment via PayPal. Now, if you don't like the sound of dropping $200 for each of these nationals, there is another way to enter. You can play one of the national qualifiers that are in progress all over the country. To see where the remaining qualifiers are, let's go back to the ADO website. Okay, go to the Calendar tab and select ADO National Qualifiers from the drop-down menu. Here you'll find the list of qualifiers, including ones that have already been played. You'll also find contact info for the person running the event if you have any questions. Now, it is also a good idea to reach out to the contact for that national qualifier beforehand. Just let them know you're coming, especially if the qualifier is not close by. You don't want to make a long trip only to find out that, something changed or it got canceled, okay? So just play it safe. The cool thing about the qualifiers, you only have to spend $60 to enter, and if you win, You get, basically that gets you the free entry into the Nationals, so you don't have to shell out the $200. And you get a round trip ticket to Vegas. That's a good deal for $60. So the format for these qualifiers is basically like the Nationals. It's a round robin format, and it is split into men's and women's divisions. So it's a full day of darts, and it's definitely worth looking into. You know, even if you don't win one of these qualifiers, if you come in as a first alternate, you know, you do get a discount on the buy-in. So it's definitely, you know, worth checking out. And it's also just, you know, a good way to practice your game and, you know, get better at darts, right? Now, if you don't get to one of these qualifiers and, you know, you think maybe it's just too much money to enter, or maybe your game just isn't ready for this level of play. Well, it brings us to the last thing you need to know for the ADO National Championships. Number 5, random draw. Let me explain. Each national, you know, it starts off with all of the participants being randomly drawn into groups. I mean, obviously it's still segregated between men's and women's, okay? But there's no seeding or ranking involved here, okay? It's totally random. So, you know, you never know who you will end up with in your group, right? For example, all of the top shots in the room could end up in one bracket. It's happened. And you could end up in another bracket, right? So, you know, who knows? This could be your lucky day. I mean, it is Vegas after all. Once the groups are drawn, it is a round robin or group play format. So you play everyone in the group 3 games. You play all 3 games even if you lose the first 2, okay? And you get a point for each leg you win. The players with the most points at the end of this group play are the ones who advance to a knockout round. And then, of course, that's played down to the eventual winner. You know, the good thing about the group stage format is that, you know, even if you get off to a slow start or you have a few bad legs of darts, you get to keep playing, you know, and you can kind of fix what's not working. It's not like a regular tournament where if you lose your first match, you're done for that event, you know? So it's definitely, you know, a really good way to work on your game. Now, if you do play well enough to make it out of your group and on to the first round of the knockout stage, that's randomly drawn too. So, you know, who knows? Your lucky streak might continue and, you know, get you one step closer to the title. And if you do make it to the knockout round, even if you lose, you will, at the very least, walk away with an envelope of cash. The amount does depend on the number of participants that are that have entered that day, but in the past, you know, the payouts have been pretty decent. I'd say better than an average tournament, so definitely worth your money. The finalists also get a nice looking trophy, and the winner gets their name added to this prestigious list. So that's the top 5 things you need to know. If you weren't already planning to attend, I hope you'll seriously consider it. You know, let's face it, you could easily lose $200 gambling, you know, and really quick too. The National Championship, you know, it's a full day of darts. You get to work on your game, meet some new people, you know, and you can still gamble afterwards. It's also a great warm-up, you know, for the tournament that follows, the Las Vegas Open. I definitely think it's worth it. As always, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button for me. And also, if you could do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, I'm really close to hitting one of my goals. So I'd appreciate it if you could just take a second and subscribe. Just hit this little button down here in the corner. That's it. It takes 2 seconds. Thanks. And thanks for watching. And, you know, I hope to see you in Vegas.